In truth, I am approaching Eden with a very slight sliver of familiarity, and I'll indicate when that section pops up. It's very light. Generally, what we're about to witness together in full is a fresh witness. As you know, I like to take with music, and in a collaborative sense, with any works we enjoy together from any artist, it's always a journey of reverence for me. That's been the case of anything that's swept this channel's graces, and with our larger journey that we're taking today, and in the near future, as we continue to evolve with an artist spotlight, deservedly for her, to DIANNE van Giersbergen, this is our next adventure down the Archie Caine route. As I said, in the third step of our journey via collaborative exercises. And she's got a couple that I think are going to be quite adventurous to how we welcome her in a grander spotlight beyond what we've already showcased in a nearly completed selection of works recognized from Zandria in her time there, or just last night, DIANNE, those first two pieces, which I've absolutely fallen in love with on certainly repeat listen occasions beyond what we listened to together. They were worthy numbers. Cannot wait to hear them again, and today, in fact. But new DIANNE adventures, where we're showcasing different facets of her career as it continues to evolve. And with Archie Caine, a first good fitting set, I think, for meeting the Angel, of which Angel, the role that she is taking on with these pieces, totally describes her. In faith, again, if you consider that pinto soprano range and her vocal precision at any extreme, that one definitely dipping more of a foot into the ballad direction, where I believe, based on what little I know, this piece twists it to a higher degree. Again, quite a range of in the symphonic metal sphere, a favorite of mine in the metal language, but one that I absolutely revere to whatever exercise we witness. And there's many groups of equal attribution, certainly of a Dutch credit of where she's from, just a transfixing quality that I oftentimes see, not just in the Netherlands, but in Europe. So much capability. I regard it highly, again, in the metal-specific focus quite often. And we take a deep dive here. Though, again, I keep a broad perspective to any new developments in the world, because there's talent, in every country. And we've certainly happened on a good range thus far, maybe taking first step journeys. But Europe truly offers so many achievements. Again, with symphonic metal extremes, or any other type of metal language, I'm open to. And maybe some things beyond that, considering our list of Phase 2 considerations. There are exceptions to the normality of what exists here. But metal, we continue to return to it and evolve with Archie Caine's voice. And we will be returning to this album imminently with some of the other works incorporated, but I figured, let's give first spotlight to the pieces that brought me in for the connection point via collaborations, which is a great model to realize new names, and Archie Caine is the newest debut for me, as well as that last piece of Damian Wilson's involvement, I believe on a narrative focus, I think. Anyway, another fresh interaction for me, and one of such promise just based on that first number, and the inspirations to Archie Caine's work, I guess what's motivating his direction in music. Noting again that bio that I read on his website, just some of the entrances he had that he highly regards. Those names, if they've not already popped up, they will be. But the ones that we have taken spotlights on before, I'm thinking specifically of Melissa Bonney and ongoing with DIANNE van Giersbergen, in whatever chapter we hit. So far, as I said, Zandria and DIANNE recognized with I believe one of her collaboration lineup for today with some others in the future, as well as just based on the development of the way the albums were organized, as well as which one I'm thinking of? Oh, Ex Libris. They're coming at some point, but this is the third chapter with her collaborative investigations. Let's continue to widen with Eden. I'm really looking forward to this one. In fact, I've been waiting ever since, again, planning out how this is going to look and adding in collaborations, in fact, as a rather recent consideration. I'm glad I did that, because again, what little I know of Eden really speaks highly of her credits and for future adventures of Archie Caine that we will be taking together. Always looking forward to new names to carry on my playlist, and hopefully you feel quite welcome here in whatever extreme familiarity you have, either to Archie Caine or maybe an absence of. I believe this is a rather new project. And maybe only one album debut of us, or at least new in what I'm seeing of it. Anyway, I try to keep an open door, welcome mad entrance to anybody of whatever extreme vantage point familiarity. Whether you happen to recognize artists or not, I want you to feel at home here as we explore plenty of great artists together, including DIANNE, continuing to broad out. And for her, it is certainly deserved. I cannot wait to feature Eden in our time together. Let's do so. Wow. Continues to flesh out new tones to her voice. Wow. I think it's a high E. She really nails those, doesn't she? And speaking of angels, such a warm presentation. It totally fits on description, but to have that visual aid. Great path in, by the way. Good basis to foundation. I catch drift of a heavy metal pattern too, organized well into the symphonic edge, but it's quite dominant again of the larger, I believe, strings work on the higher elevation. Good vocal pattern to this one and match on score. Defined mixed range. That's, oh, beautiful, beautiful note flows. Different placements on vocal capability, but Archie Caine. What a nice new attribution of recognition here, right? This is it. Totally fits. I love how this is filmed. Okay, that's about, again, all the familiarity I have. As I said, light sliver. Just what I caught wind of. Oh, she's a great aid to the score. Even flow and immersion in. She's levitating. It looks like it. Wow. I knew we'd like this. Well, I can only speak for me. I'd imagine many of you would concur, though. I've said it many times in terms of any witnesses we've had with a visualizer aid, when you can sense that connection and love for music, and I certainly do here on both performances. Fantastic intersection, works well. How many layers she has. Wow. That's a fantastic number. Again, how she just... I said it was Zandria, and namely Zandria, or DIANNE. Anything we've welcomed from her graces. The ambition that she has in her voice, and no fear at all of treading new grounds or shades of vocal development. And just perfect delivery. Again, there's not one mistake at all, even room for that when you witness her work. Whatever range she hits, and this number... perfectly allows a versatility to both extremes between her and Archie Caine. The duality, she's a great fit to it. On establishment of voice, I don't know how to define it, but the specific twinge of the way that vibrato is characterized, just in how we begin in those little seconds, the first two higher O's, however you would identify them. Again, there's something so specialized to the delivery there that I've not yet witnessed. And again, it's a subtle cue. That higher range, yes, and the natural vibrato, true. But the story-like quality, it does embody sort of like a fairy tale fantasy edge, just naturally again in the vocal path. It's great to see that immersive effect not just be told again in reliance of lyrics or storytelling directly, as oftentimes we see, but to have that mirrored in vocal structure, truly, and the ambiance to the number, good deserved symphonic tone, with I'm thinking specifically of the The higher twinges, I believe, either on an electronic presence. I'm not exactly sure if it's instrumental or like synth-based. It's one of the two. Maybe we could say it's a musical simulation, but it's a good effect to add on, giving it a higher range but clear definition, mixed of a good foundation. It's the vocals, though, that really take center stage on that piece, and the visualizer, too, is a great aid. I mean, imagining Diana as an angel, literally, with a higher degree of temperature in the image, plus all the white tones, it's fantastic. And the dress, it's... If anybody qualifies as an angel, and there's many to attribute in the European metal foray, notably of operatic extremes, she's an absolutely great fit. But that range for her, and to match it with Archie Caine, and the versatility of vocals there, perfectly blended to where the score goes. And then to build off that, Diana enters the song, and it's so, well, she did originally, but again, returning to it, such a perfect performance. Over beyond the lower melodic range, again, natural vibrato swings all the way through, continual elevations of pitch even towards the end, the intermixing of both vocalists. That chance to perform with a clear inspiration to you. And Archie really took advantage of it, just based on presentation. And it speaks for itself on the front as to what we see in terms of vocal mastery and immersion on part of both artists. But what a story to carry with you for the rest of your life that you get to share with us in such a beautiful encounter. I feel quite honored, as I say with any artist I recognize here, to be walking into the graces of so many beautiful encounters. Diana, a large journey we've taken together and one of continual steps to come, but a deep dive absolutely deserved to experience other new names as well in Path, Archie Caine, the latest attribution to and connection to my library, and a welcome introduction, and quite an honorable encounter between two very talented vocalists of different extremes, but a clear synonymy. Really good fit here to bring in Diana for Eden and meeting the angel, but for Eden, oh, it's deserved. I love the fleshing out of her voice as it materializes in this independent story, but another great feature of her career. What a welcome introduction perhaps you had on first appearances to both, I don't know, right? I hope again we have a welcome at entrance to who approaches here and that you feel at home to any work we investigate on. And Archie Caine, another great name. As always of European metal, we continue to go down that path of understanding of it. I would love to hear, of course, your own thoughts on this piece and your first exposure. Again, as I said, limited sliver of familiarity for me, but I just knew walking in, again, just based on the Diana assumption, it was going to connect, and it does. But I'd love to hear your own independent journey with it, and how do you approach in familiarity? Feel free to either artist or both. Feel free to share down below. More to come. I'm going to come back to Archie Caine in the near future. I have that mapped out, in fact, with some other promising releases, considering that collaborative model of what's presented on this opening album. We will return shortly. I have another collaboration specifically with Diana's involvement I'm going to get to in advance, but we will make a return very soon to the credit of other artists and appearance on Tommy and the Angels and with Archie Caine's voice, and a deeper dive as well to his explorations of in the, I believe, I think he's UK based, I might have that wrong, but in the European metal world, another new attribution that, it's, considering Eden, already shows favorable destinations. And you can presume that, of course, walking in with a track involving Diana on vocal presence. As always, she readily delivers. Thank you so much for watching this video. Before you bounce, feel free to drop a like and comment, subscribe to this channel with a ding on the bell, and share this video with your friends. And consider checking out the description here. There you'll find links to my other channels, as well as addresses to my other social media accounts and ways you can help support my work if you feel so inclined. May God bless you, and looking forward to when our paths cross again.